Every single day you are negotiating. Your salary, your rent, a business deal, even deciding where to eat. That's a negotiation. And here's the hard truth. Most people are losing every single one of these without even realizing it. Not because they're weak, not because they're not smart, but because nobody ever taught them the rules of the game. In the next 6 minutes, I'm going to give you every major negotiation tactic used by FBI hostage negotiators, Fortune 500 CEOs, and elite lawyers, and show you exactly how to use each one yourself. Let's get into it. Before you sit down, the biggest negotiation mistakes happen before the conversation even starts. Here is how to fix that. Tactic 1. Know your BATNA. BATNA stands for Best Alternative to a Negotiated Agreement. Simply put, what's your best option if this deal falls apart? If you have a strong alternative, you have power. If you have none, you are desperate, and the other side will feel it. Before any negotiation, write down your BATNA, then try to strengthen it. Negotiating salary? Have another offer? Buying a car? Have a second dealership lined up. Tactic 2. Anchor first. The first number in any negotiation has a disproportionate pull on the final outcome. This is called anchoring, and it's one of the most proven psychological effects in existence. Always try to make the first offer go bold, and use a specific number. $47,500 feels more research than $50,000. Specific numbers signal confidence and preparation. Tactic 3. Set your walkaway point. Before you walk in, decide the absolute worst deal you'd still accept. Write it down, commit to it, and never, under any emotional pressure, move it in the room. This one habit alone will save you from dozens of bad deals in your lifetime. These are the tactics that work on the human brain, and they're the ones most people never see coming. Tactic 4. Mirroring. This comes straight from FBI negotiator Chris Voss. Mirroring is simple. Repeat the last 3 words the other person said as a question, then go completely silent. They say, "We really can't go above $80,000. You say, "Can't go above $80,000? Then nothing." They feel the need to fill that silence, and in doing so, they reveal their real position, their fears, their flexibility. It's one of the most powerful moves in any conversation. Tactic 5. Label their emotions. Name what the other person seems to be feeling. It seems like you are concerned about the timeline. It sounds like there is some pressure on your end. When people feel understood, their guard drops. A relaxed person is a flexible person. Use this constantly, especially when talks get tense. After you make an offer, stop talking. Full stop. Most people rush to fill silence because it's uncomfortable, and in that rush, they lower their price, make concessions, or reveal desperation. The person who speaks first after an offer almost always gives something away. Tactic 7. Loss aversion. Nobel Prize winner Daniel Kahneman proved that people fear losses about twice as much as they value equivalent gains. So, don't tell them what they'll gain. Tell them what they'll lose. You'll lose your spot in the market. This opportunity closes Friday. Your competitor is already moving on this. Frame everything around what's at stake if they don't act. Tactical moves. Tactic 8. The flinch. When they name a number, react. A wince, a sharp breath, a look of genuine surprise. This signals, without words, that their offer is unreasonable. It creates doubt, and doubt leads to better offers. Tactic 9. Calibrated question. Instead of saying, "I can't do that," say, "How am I supposed to do that?" It sounds collaborative, not confrontational, but it puts the problem directly back on them to solve. Other powerful ones. What would it take to make this work? And how does this fit your bigger picture? These questions get people thinking and talking in your favor. Tactic 10. The deadline. Urgency forces decisions. Real deadlines work. Create them where you legitimately can. End of quarter pricing, another buyer, a board approval window. And when a deadline is used against you, ask, what actually happens if we miss it? Most deadlines are far softer than they're presented. Tactic 11. The nibble. This happens after the deal is closed. Once both sides are emotionally committed, ask for one small extra. Perfect. Could you throw in free shipping? Great. Can we extend the payment terms by 30 days? People will often say yes just to protect the deal they've already agreed to. Tactic 12. The Bogey. A bogey is a constraint, real or strategic, that limits what you can do. My board will only approve 30-day terms. My budget is capped at $5,000. It takes the personal element out of saying no and makes it structural. Just keep it plausible and be ready for them to ask for creative solutions around it. Advanced and Defensive Tactic 13. The Ackerman model. This is a systematic bargaining method used by FBI negotiators. Start at 65% of your target price, move to 85%, then 95%, then your final offer at 100%. Each concession gets smaller, signaling you are at your limit. On your final offer, add a small non-monetary item to show there is truly nothing left. Tactic 14. Find the black swan. In every negotiation, there is hidden information, something the other side knows that you don't. Voss calls these black swans. One piece of hidden information can flip an entire negotiation. Ask open questions. Listen for what's not being said. Why do they really need this deal? What deadline are they not telling you about? What pressure are they under? Tactic 15. Never split the difference. Let's just meet in the middle sounds fair, but it almost always rewards the person with the more extreme anchor. If they open at $100 K and you want $60 K, splitting the difference at $80 K is still a win for them. Resist the pull of compromise for its own sake. Use calibrated questions and smaller strategic concessions instead. Tactic 16. Recognize when it's being used on you. Now that you know these tactics, you'll start spotting them everywhere. Artificial urgency? Question the deadline. A bad cop? Ask to speak to the decision maker. An extreme anchor? Counter-anchor immediately. Never let their number sit unopposed in the room. The moment you name a tactic out loud, it loses almost all of its power. Here is the truth. The most powerful negotiation tactic of all is preparation. Every single tactic I just gave you becomes 10 times more effective when you've done your homework, when you know your BATNA, when you know what the other side actually needs, when you've practiced what you are going to say out loud. Most people walk in unprepared and rely on instinct. Now you don't have to. You have the playbook. Go use it. If this helped, hit like. It genuinely helps the channel grow. Drop a comment. Which tactic are you trying first? Subscribe for more videos like this every week. See you in the next one.